All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this episode. Happy Monday evening, everyone. I'm your host, Jonathan again, and welcome to tonight's episode of Sajon Block Marathon Madness. Um, so let's begin. This is the final episode of season 11 of Marathon Madness, which I'll talk about later on. But let's get to it. So today we're going to talk about season 1, episode 66, Brotherhood Members Stories. And then we're going to talk about season 1, episode 68, The Battle of a Lifetime, which is the season 1 finale. So we're finishing up season 1 pretty much. So let's get to it. This is going to be a good one. And let's go to a little bit back to season 1, episode 66, Brotherhood Members Stories. So, I don't know what day of the week this is, where we're at. But I think it's just pretty much not Pyramid Day, not Monday, I don't think. But it's just a normal average day. And he goes to breakfast club, he gets breakfast, he eats his breakfast to hang out with Erica and Gordon and Way and Vander and Brandon. And it's before Brotherhood 2.0. I know it is the Brotherhood 2.0 at this point, I believe. Um, but yeah, um, so it is the Brotherhood 2.0. But yeah, so they just chat and have fun, and and um, they tell some stories about the Brotherhood 2.0, the Savage Crowd, the Buffett Erica tells some story. Uh, Mr. Backer, the leader of this club, or supervisor, I guess, of the club, chit chat about some of the favorite moments by far so far. Um, and they just chit chat and tell stories. Um, and then he goes to first period, Miss Hendricks, thinks arts, and um, since they're done with one unit of spooky stories, and they're done with a major story, and they're not going to begin a new story yet, quite yet, but they do have their bell work, and and then they just have a activity, right? Um, and then he goes to Miss Warnock, second period, which is reading, and they do still have their story that they've been working on for a while. It's not done yet, but they have like a lesson, and then they work on their story, and so forth and so on, and then they go to pre-algebra, Miss Cornell, same old, same old. It's kind of stressful. They have a bell work and a lesson, and then the exit ticket, which is stressful, but he gets through it. And then he goes to lunch. He gets his lunch. He gets to his Burhead. They chit chat, and he wants all the Burhead members, the assistant Camden, Jared, Cameron, Caden, Kason, Dustin, Nick, Adam, and John, all the members, Bradley, all the members uh, so far, Brendan, all the members to tell some stories about the Burhead, about eighth grade so far, about anything. So he starts at Camden, and Camden does a story time, and then he goes to Nick, and then Nick does a story time while they're eating, um, and then Adam gives a story time, and then John, and then Bradley, and they just all chit chat. Um, Hayden Kaysen doesn't want to join in, but that's okay. Um, and Cameron tells some stories about the Burhead, and Jared tells some stories. It's just a good time. It's near the end of the season, so we just wanted a fun, chill, drama-free episode, which is rare. and sat on box. Um, I'm just fidgeting here, but anyway. Um, and then um, I don't know why I'm fidgeting. And then they go to Stay Hall, um, and do that. And then he goes to Science with the Spirit. They have their bell work and then an activity, and then like a lesson, and then activity. And then choir. They're still practicing for the Christmas, but Hunter getting more and more because Halloween is done more and more into the Christmas spirit. And this past weekend, after Halloween, on Sunday, I decorated for Christmas. I usually don't do it on November 1st. I'm not one of those crazy people that want to eat bread. I got some hot chocolate. I listened to some Christmas music on November 1st, and I was one of those crazy people that decorate on November 1st and don't wait until after Thanksgiving. But tell me, I wonder what you think. Do you guys decorate um, after Halloween or after Thanksgiving or the first week of December? I don't know, but yeah, it's a very hot take and a hot topic, or a cold topic. Yeah, it's cold. It's getting cold here where I'm at. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of it. Already it's not even winter yet. It's still late fall. Um, but anyway, um. And then he goes to chaotic civics with Mr. Wildlands in it. They have a lesson, and then the assignment is chaotic, like always. It's not as emotional or sentimental in this one as it was in the other ones. Um, so let's see. Um, and then he goes to resource with Miss Warnock, and he gets his pre-algebra done, assignment done with Erica, Jennifer, Kayla. Um, he gets it done. He gets it turned in. And then the bell rings at 3:35. He heads home and slaves the rest of the evening away. And that is it. Now, the fun episodes, and we're going to discuss some drama. We're going to have some drama and fighting. And this is the Battle of the Lifetime, Season 8, Episode 6 to 8. This is the final episode. And Season 1. This is the Season 1 finale. So, of course, there's something big. Now, in this episode, it starts out normal, not so crazy yet. He goes to Breakfast Club, um, and talks to Erica and the Barhead 2.0, just chill, and chit chat and have fun. And then he goes to, this day starts out pretty normal. First period English arts, does that. Second period, third period, stressful. Then that's just as where the drama begins. So, since Labor Day, the Brotherhood has been having drama and craziness and jealousy, more so with uh, Brendan and Jared and Cameron, more so Jared and Cameron, more so Jared having issues with Christopher K, for example, or Brendan in the last couple of weeks. And Hunter, in one of the episodes last week during the spooky week, um, at the Savage Prey, um, had an emotional breakdown. He didn't know what to do with the Burhead. He just don't know if he's been a good leader or not. He don't know if he could continue Hayden's legacy. He don't know if he could continue the Burhead. And he's been feeling kind of crazy about this and don't know where to go from here. But he started brainstorming recently, and he figured, okay, we need a mature, strong woman to get these men straight in line and straightened out and have a good Brotherhood friendship group, fun group, if you will, that does fun activities together, that respects each other, that is follows Hunter's way or the highway, and he thought, okay, let's do one. I need one woman or two women, strong women that are mature to be my assistants to help me become a better leader myself and be more mature myself as a leader of the Brotherhood, and to um, help to straighten the Brotherhood in line and end this freak show of the Brotherhood and have a normal, fun Brotherhood team. So he's been brainstorming this, and he talks to Brotherhood about his ideas, and he talks about finally they have a normal conversation about the drama and the arguing and the fighting and the jealousy of the Brotherhood. Finally, they have a discussion. They start discussing, and during the discussion, it starts out civil. He's eating lunch, they're chit chatting. They have this conversation and it starts out decent. It starts out well, but Jared and some other members start to get a little bit argumentative. Starts to fight within each other. Drama is starting to arguing, jealousy. All the drama for the past several weeks with the Brotherhood so far since Labor Day, which, oh my gosh. Um, and Hunter has had it. He has had it with his Brotherhood. He's tired of being the leader, but he don't want to give up. He don't want to give up on Hayden's legacy. He don't want to give up on the Brotherhood. He wants to continue the Brotherhood. He wants to make the Brotherhood stronger. But he has had enough. He starts breaking out on everybody, crashing out, wage beating out on everybody. He has had enough. She announces that Camden, you're no longer an assistant. We need a strong woman or two or three to be the new assistant. You're still part of the Brotherhood. I'm not kicking you out, but you're a member for a period temporary. Camden outfit. He takes it well, but he eventually is fine with it. And understands why. You were a great assistant so far, but I need a mature woman, a strong woman to help straighten this Brotherhood out, to help this Brotherhood, to save this Brotherhood from going into a collapse. This is a battle in my eye to save this Brotherhood. And I want to save this Brotherhood for myself and for Hayden's legacy. And he's not going to let this Brotherhood be crushed and divided anymore. As leader, I'm a strong leader, and I had to make these changes. I had to make these changes. But they finished their lunch. Everybody's shocked and everybody's freaked out and upset. They walk out, and one just walks out. We stop talking. But he's gonna figure this out in the next couple days. But he goes to Stay Hall to do that. Science. This is another big part of the episode. Uh, and the two goals that he's thinking about being a part of the Brotherhood, and this will be the first time in the Brotherhood's history that even one goal will be a part of the Brotherhood. There's always just been boys, okay? Meeting the Brotherhood. But it's time to diversify this. It's time to straighten these men, these boys out. And so the two goals he's thinking are two of Hunter's friends. One of them's name is Montana, who's a strong, mature girl, and Emily, which is her friend. And Hunter, and they're both in this science class, I believe. And he asks, they do the bell work first, and then they have a lesson, and then they have an activity. During the activity, real quick, before they start it, he talks to Montana and Emily, seeing if they want to be the new Brotherhood assistants for Hunter. And they think about it for a little bit, and Hunter explains, okay, you two are smart, you two are strong, and you know how to straighten people out. I want you to help straighten me out as a leader and help me be a better leader. And I want you to straighten out these members so we can respect each other, have a smooth fun group. So I explained this to them, and um, and they say, sure, why not? If the Brotherhood is fun, I said, even though they might not be. I said, yeah, they'll be fine. Let's fix this. Let's work together. And welcome to the Brotherhood. Thank you for being my assistant. So Hunter has got two new assistants, Montana and Emily. So, um, and I want to once again clarify that Camden is no longer the assistant for season 2 or beyond, and I'll talk about it in the future. But he's still a member for a long time to come. But anyway, I just want to clarify that he's not kicked out of Burhead, he's just not in the same position. Um, so he welcomes Montana Emily and he's glad that they said yes, and he's a little bit more hopeful again about the Burhead. That there is a long journey ahead in the next season, season 2, which I only talked about here and there. Because we go back and forth on Marathon Madness, but you'll find out more about it as time goes on. But um, and then after science, he goes to choir um, with Mr. Neville. They practice, and Jared's kind of in a sassy mood with Hunter and being have an attitude, but that's the same old, same old. And then he goes to chaotic civics with Mr. Wild. It's chaotic, it's wild. They do a lesson and an assignment. You know, some of the members that are in civics with Hunter are kind of being shady. But he figures, okay, tomorrow I'll introduce my tea and we will sit together and we'll talk about it even more tomorrow at lunch. But I said, chill and calm down from a couple hours ago. But after chaos civics, they go to resource. He does his math assignment with Erica, Jenna, all of it. The bell rings at 3:45, and thank God the day is done. The chaotic day is done. Season 1 is done. And that's it for this Marathon Madness, and this is it for this season 11 of Marathon Madness. Tomorrow, November 4th, Tuesday night, will be the first episode of season 12. Um, for more to talk about more Sajan Bot behind the scenes and recapping our favorite moments from Sajan Bot. I can't wait to see you tomorrow for season 12. So I'll see you then, Tuesday night. See you then. God bless you all and protect you all. And goodbye for now and see you tomorrow night. Bye.